Section 7.2, Complex Patterns of Inheritance. Some traits don't follow simple patterns of inheritance like dominance and recessiveness. In this example, a red flower is crossed with a white flower, and the offspring ends up being a pink flower. This is considered incomplete dominance. Okay, incomplete dominance because you're getting a third phenotype, which is incomplete. It's not either red or white. It's kind of in between, and that would be incomplete dominance, getting this pink flower. A couple more examples of incomplete dominance. Here we're getting curly hair and straight hair, and the in-between version of that would be wavy hair. Okay, with these guys, the darker horses with the lighter horses get the chestnut, the one kind of in the middle. So it is an incomplete version of it where you're getting a blending of the two extreme phenotypes. Another complex pattern of inheritance is called codominance. Okay, now this is a different species of flower, where a red flower is getting crossed with a white flower, and instead of getting a blending of traits, getting pink, it's going to have both of these colors show, both red and white spotted flowers. This is called codominance because both versions show equally. Okay, they're just as dominant. A few more examples of codominance. Here we're getting the light cow and the darker cow, and these guys are producing this cow, which has both brown and white to it. Same with the chickens, dark and white, and you're getting this speckled chicken. With human blood types, you get codominance in that both the A antigen and the B antigen are equally dominant, which sometimes produces an AB blood type, where both of these antigens would be expressed. So let's do an example here. It says using capital R for the red flower and capital W for the white flower, make a Punnett square representing incomplete dominance. So if we're getting capital R and capital R, those are the gametes that can come from the red flower. And capital W, those coming from the white flower. And when these guys are crossed, all of the offspring are going to have red and white flowers. Or excuse me, red and white alleles for flower color. But since this is incomplete dominance, you're going to get this blending of traits, and all these offspring would be pink. Okay, 100% of the offspring would be pink because they would be displayed incompletely. Okay, in this example, again, crossing red flowers and white flowers, we're going to make a Punnett square, but this time the pattern of inheritance is codominance. Now remember, codominance, both alleles will get expressed equally. They're equally dominant. So for this, where we have capital R for the red flower and capital W for the white flower, when we do our cross, you're going to notice all of the offspring will have one red and one white allele that will both get equally expressed. So all the offspring would have red and white flowers. Okay, red and white spotted flowers. Okay, each allele would be expressed evenly. So up to this point, all the traits we discussed have had only two alleles, right? They were either or traits, or they had just two different alleles if they had incomplete or codominance. Normal, dominant, and recessive either or traits, tall or short, right? Capital T or lowercase t. Purple or white, capital P or lowercase p. Red or white, uppercase or lowercase r. Most traits, especially when it comes to human traits are more complex than us and will have more than 2 alleles. Many of these guys have multiple alleles. They're called multi-allelic traits. Human blood type is one example of this. So for human blood type, this antigen, you'll have either an A antigen, a B antigen, or no antigen at all, which is called O. So, and this is multi-allelic, but it's also co-dominant trait. So if you're blood type A, you could be IA-O, okay, IA-O, or IA-IA. This will give you blood type A. B would be IB, lowercase I, or IB. This is a immunoglobulin gene that it's on, and it's just the B version of it. An AB blood type would have both the A antigen and the B antigen, and O blood type would have neither. It would have neither A or B antigen on it. Okay. So with these 3 different alleles, we get 4 different blood types. That would be multi-allelic or multiple alleles for a particular trait. Another pattern of inheritance that we're going to talk about is called polygenic inheritance. And what polygenic inheritance means is poly, many, genes. Okay, so there are a lot of traits, especially with humans, because we don't act like a lot of the other organisms. We'll have several genes that will contribute to the expression of one trait. Height, skin color, eye color, hair color. All of these have several genes that control their expression in humans, and as a result, we get this continuous variation. Okay, look at all these different eye colors, right? There's a whole bunch of different eye colors going from very light to very dark. Okay, light blue all the way up to dark brown. Skin color, same way, right? Very light all the way to very dark, and kind of everything in between. Height, same way. Hair color, same way. These are polygenic traits because they have many traits, many alleles that, or many genes that contribute to the expression of that trait. Okay, epistasis, or an epistatic gene, is a gene that can interfere with other genes. Think of it kind of like an off switch. This occurs when the alleles of one gene covers up or alters the expression of an allele of another gene. An example, mice have 5 different genes for fur color. 2 give it its color. 1 affects the shade of the color. 1 gene determines whether or not it has spots. And then 1 can override or interfere or cancel out all the others if it's present. Okay, contributing to something called albinism, which is a lack of pigment. It just cancels out the effects of all the others, and as a result, you get these white mice. The last complex pattern of inheritance is an environmental impact or environmental effect on the phenotype. Okay, the phenotype is a combination of the genotype and the environment. So one example here is the gender, sex of sea turtles depends on both genes and the environment. Eggs that are maturing in warm weather develop into females. Cooler temperatures, those eggs would develop into males. Okay, height is also dependent on environment. If you're not getting the proper nutrition, that would be environmental. You're not going to grow as well as you could. Hair color, it can get bleached out due to sun. Skin color, you can get tan because of sun. All these things would contribute to the expression of that particular trait.